Ready? Good evening. Welcome to the meeting. I'm John Carmichael. I'm a lawyer in Charlotte with Robson Bradshaw, and part of what I do in my practice is work with folks that are going through the rezoning process, and I have the pleasure of doing a lot of work for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Hospital Authority, also known as Atrium Health. And then this is the neighborhood meeting relating to a proposed hospital on Rocky River Road. We're going to show you plans and renderings of the proposed building. But let me introduce to you who's here with me tonight. Left to right, or my left to right, we got Bennett Thompson and John Rosthorn with Atrium Health, and that's Eugene Wright. Eugene is also with Atrium Health. Kevin Morrow and Steven Salvatierra with Kimley Horn. They're the site civil and landscaping gentlemen who've prepared the plans. And then we got Mark Criswell with Guide Architecture. Mark is designing the building, and then Mark will go through the renderings of the building, and then Kevin will go through the site plan. And after the presentation, we'll answer questions, and we haven't filed the rezoning application yet. Where we are in the process is this is really one of the first few steps, and so we'll take your feedback tonight. We've been taking feedback from the town, and then we'll file the rezoning request probably within the next 2 weeks, we think, and then we'll proceed through the process, and there'll be a public hearing, and there'll be public notice of that meeting in case y'all want to attend that. But we haven't started that process yet. And so the site's about 29.32 acres. It's located on the northeast corner of the intersection of Rocky River Road and Stratford Road, and it's just east of I-45. And this is a zoomed in aerial of the site. There's an existing, and you may be familiar with this, freestanding emergency department on the site with a helipad, and then the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Hospital Authority owns the entire 30-acre site. And then this is just looking into the site from Rocky River Road, and that's the existing freestanding emergency department. And so then this is the zoning map, and it shows the current zoning of the site, and the site is zoned general commercial, and the hospital authority is requesting that the site be rezoned from the general commercial zoning district to the campus development conditional zoning district to accommodate a hospital and a medical office building and accessory uses. And accessory uses are things like the helipad. So I'm going to ask Kevin to come up, and Kevin's going to walk you through the site plan, and then Mark will show you the building, the proposed building, the hospital building.
Thank you, John. Kevin Moore with Kimley Horn with the site civil team. Let me get used to this clicker here. But on our proposed site plan, here you have the existing freestanding emergency department with the existing parking lot. Our proposal for this is to expand that existing parking lot with a right-in access. One of the existing ambulance drop-offs will convert to a right-in. Both of these will make ease of access to the freestanding emergency department drop-off a little friendlier. Behind the building, we will be relocating the helipad from this area where it's existing over to the west and propose additional employee parking in the back. Here we have the proposed hospital build with a central energy plant behind it. Along Rocky River, we'll have a new driveway with the main driveway point coming in off Starwood Drive. This is existing out here and will be built up to accommodate the additional use. We'll also have additional parking field behind the site and a proposed future medical office building with additional parking accommodating that. Mark, if you want to take over.
McCorkle Lane is to the top, right?
Yes.
Yeah, way up there. Keep going. Oh, sorry. And then that's a new east-west drive there.
Yep. Yeah. That'll accommodate truck routing as well as employee parking.
Thank you.
So how do we work?
Top button.
Okay.
And then
that's
just aim anywhere.
Pointer?
That's next. And then the top one, you can just aim it anywhere.
Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Criswell with Guide Architecture. So we're the architects lucky enough to bring this new facility to life for Atrium. So just touching on the facility, a couple of the design themes that we talked about as we go through, and I'll scroll through some of these images as we go through. But it's really about making sure that while we bring this new, contemporary, sophisticated hospital into the campus and make this kind of investment in the community, we want to make sure that we're being regionally appropriate while we do that. So you'll see things in material palettes like extension of the red brick that's on the FSED today and expanses of glass that define the entries, but then also bringing pedestrian scale. So denoting entry points with canopies, making ease of access and wayfinding very intuitive for visitors to the hospital, and then building on something that we feel like is appropriate to show the growth and the progress, but also responds very directly to the UDO and the requirements that are in place today. So we've balanced those, we think, very appropriately. And then here's kind of that view, as Kevin mentioned, as you come up and you come in from the new entry to the campus, this will be the primary view that you see. But we also, as we go back, wanted to point out that, oh, here we go. So Rocky River Road is out here. We wanted to make sure that we're still giving a very public face to Rocky River Road while we still define the entry and the circulation that makes the most sense for the community. So those are some of the major themes that we talked about. As we're going through the design, there's still lots of iteration that has to happen, but this is where we currently sit today. And at that, I think we can open it up for questions.
And then the appropriate team member would answer the question, but we're happy to answer any questions that we can. Yes, sir.
You may not be that far along with the project yet, but on Rocky River Road especially, do you have an idea of maybe with DOT what this project might trigger? Stoplights, that type of thing. I understand you're moving your entrance down to Starwood, so just kind of that question.
Yeah, I can handle that. So as you said, we are still early in the design process. We're currently going through a TIA process with the town and with NCDOT. There are proposed changes to Rocky River, but we're still under review with the town right now, so we're not sure what those will be. I think with this, we're trying to make all of our points of access as easy and accommodating as possible. And we'll see what the town has to say.
So this Starwood, that's going to be improved, right?
Yeah, Starwood Drive will be improved. It's right now designed to match the opposite road, the road opposite it across Rocky River, to kind of expand the clicker. Thank you. You'll have a right out as well as a through and a left lane. So it shouldn't, just to ease traffic in and out.
Thank you.
Good evening. Will there be a community room included in this facility, like there are at the other atrium?
That's an Gene or John? Oh, or the architect.
We do currently have some soft space planned adjacent to the lobby and the main entry functions that will, I don't know that I would consider it at this point a dedicated community room, but it is a multi-purpose, multi-function room that can accept some of those.
Okay, so like at Waxhaw, they have one that holds 75 people, and you can just reserve it like 7 days a week, 7 to 10, and then it's free to use for the community for nonprofits. Is that something that planning will build in as a requirement to be in the facility? Because Harrisburg really does not have a community room, and I'm a resident here, and I would love to see that used if possible.
Well, we can certainly discuss that, and as you say, it's been done elsewhere, and talk to Shelley about that in Monterey. But thank you for that. Yes, sir.
How many beds or rooms were being designed into this particular facility? I've heard it's like maybe 36, something like that.
Is this working? Yes. So right now we are approved from a CON standpoint for 44 licensed beds plus 4 op beds. But we want to make sure that this can grow with the community over the future to as many as we possibly can to accommodate the community.
Okay, because that's what my next question was going to be. The plans for expansion, vertical, horizontal, or a combination of both?
A combination of both, mostly vertical, for the ability to be able to fill out future floors for additional beds.
You know, I'm a lifelong Harrisburg resident, and a lot of us are in rough shape these days, so I might be a customer there at some point in time. I hope not.
We would hope not, too.
But I've visited the ER or the ED at one point in time, so yeah, I'm glad it was there. So I appreciate y'all coming here, and I'm sure it's going to be well received. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, I live kind of close to a hospital in Charlotte, and I'm always glad that I do. And Shelley, if you have questions later, you can reach out to us. But the plans are online, I think, on the town's website. So a week from now, if you have a question, you can certainly reach out to me, and you can continue to view the plan. But we're happy to have dialogue with you. If you have concerns, then let us know, and we're happy to discuss those with you. In other words, this isn't your only opportunity to communicate with us and have dialogue if you desire to have additional dialogue. We'll stay as long as you want, but if you don't have any more questions, you're not compelled to stay. I'm not trying to chase you away, I promise. Well, thank y'all. Outside, I kind of feel silly up here. No, I don't. Well, we appreciate you coming. And seriously, if there are further questions, let us know. If you have any questions now, please come on up.
Do you have a card or anything?
I'll give you my contact information. Yes, sir. Well, thank y'all. We appreciate it. Is that all right, Shelley? I mean, we're good? Oh, did everybody sign the sign-in sheet? Perfect. Thank you. And if you want my contact information, come on up, and I'm happy to give it to you.